We have a few speakers today. I'd like to start with Kimberly DeCoupe, a co-organizing director of Reclaim Rhode Island and one of our campaign leads on our marijuana justice campaign. Kimberly.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here. As you guys may have already known, we are going to be legalizing marijuana hopefully this summer. It's something that should have been done a long time ago. We're a blue state, and I think we can afford to be audacious and ambitious and do the things that people really want and are popular. And legalizing marijuana has been very popular in this state for a long time. And now the question is, how are we going to legalize marijuana? Are we going to legalize marijuana in a fair and just way that recognizes the harms that have been done? Or are we gonna just make a new industry for folks who are already very wealthy and are doing well already to continue to make a lot of money? You know, we've seen a few bills come out of the governor and the state assembly, and both of them are missing very key things. You know, it's missing an automatic expungement of records. We're living in a high technological time. We can expunge these records with a click of a button. It doesn't take much to do this. We should make it automatic and not put people through doing all this paperwork when we know marijuana should have never been criminalized in the first place. So we need to expunge these records, but do it in an automatic way so we make sure nobody's falling through the cracks. We need a labor peace agreement. We need to make sure that this new industry that's coming up, and we know it's going to make a lot of money, that it's unionized. We know unions are the strongest force to fight against wealth inequality and all types of inequality within our society. Let's make sure that unions are strong within the marijuana industry. Let's make sure that we have a social equity licensing program, a licensing program that is ambitious and progressive and is going to meet the demands of the people, and that co-ops have automatic licenses, that they have licenses that are going to be going to worker co-ops. Worker co-ops are a type of business that doesn't allow for wealth to accrue at the top, and to make sure that the community that is surrounding the business is rising with the business as well. We need to make sure we do that, and we need to make sure that we're providing people forgiveness loans and grants, so that it's not just some pretty fantasy that we're selling to people, but that they actually have the capital, and the government's going to put the capital in there so that they're able to start these businesses. And we need to make sure that we have protections in there. Right now, the governor's bill doesn't allow people to smoke unless you own the home that you're smoking in, and even if you're smoking outside, you can accrue, legal penalties. That type of stuff needs to be taken out, because we're legalizing marijuana to make sure that we're not criminalizing people anymore. And so if we have these types of things within the bill, we're still criminalizing people, and that's exactly what we can't have. We can't legalize marijuana for some and then keep it criminalized for others, especially those at the bottom. We need to make sure that when we legalize marijuana, that there's racial and economic justice. They can't come separately, they must come together, and you can't have any of the other without the other. But yeah, thank you guys so much. And
Thank you, Kimberly. I just want to highlight this, that some people might say that this is complicated. We have not heard any opposition to the proposal that this social justice coalition has put forward. Automatic expungement of all marijuana-related criminal records. A strong social equity licensing program that dedicates 50% of retail cannabis licenses to people who have traditionally been excluded and harmed under the drug war. Working class people, people of color, formerly incarcerated people. For half of those licenses to be worker-owned co-ops, so that the social harms of the drug war are socially repaired, and union rights for all cannabis workers. It is not complicated. Rhode Island needs to act now.